Hello everybody, it's Gary Hallican here, and today we are looking at a car kit that I just got for Christmas. This one is from a company called Sembo, from their famous car series, and this car is the Peugeot 9X8. So this is a car that was built in, I think, 2021 to compete in the hypercar division at Le Mans, based on what I read about it there. And there is a Lego Technic set of this car. It's, of course, be much bigger than this one. This one should be pretty comparable to a Speed Champions car here. You can see it's 232 pieces, so should be comparable in size to a Speed Champions. We will compare it with some after we have built it. So I haven't built any kits from Sembo before. This is going to be my first one from them. And from what I can tell, they have a lot more custom parts than some of the other similar types of kits. You can see a picture up here that kind of seems to picture some custom parts that will come with this. So I think like the middle ridge here and the hood scoops and some things like that are parts that are custom to this kit rather than being made from general bricks. So we will see how that works out. Let's go ahead and get it opened up here. So we've got the manual, and right inside the manual we've got a sticker sheet, pretty good size sticker sheet. Hopefully the color of the stickers will match the bricks well. We will see how that works out as we go on, but pretty good size sticker sheet with lots of markings and sort of a unlicensed approximation of the Peugeot logo there. Otherwise, the manual looks pretty normal. It looks like we are going to have a car base piece, but it's not quite the same as the typical Speed Champions base pieces. And if we look through there, otherwise looks pretty normal. Parts list there, and some of the other cars we can get in the famous car series right there. So otherwise, in the bag we have like 1, 2, and 3 bags of parts. So 3 bags of parts there, mostly in black and dark gray with some clear red ones in there, and the tires, windshield in there. Okay, so I will build this and I'll get back to you and show you what we get. Okay, we are back with our complete Peugeot 9X8, and this did turn out to be a fairly interesting kit. So it does have a number of custom parts. So in particular, this piece on the back and the ridge on the top, the front bumper, the hood scoops. And a purist might say, no, it's got to be made from general bricks. Can't have custom parts, right? However, the result of using the custom parts in this kit is that it looks great. I think it looks really good, and it looks a lot like the real car. I think it does a pretty fantastic job of getting the look of the real car. I'll put a couple pictures of that up here. These are pictures from Peugeot's official website. And I think you'll see there that this kit does a really good job of getting the shape of the real car there. Now, the markings contribute a lot to that as well. So there are a couple printed pieces on here. These pieces right in the front and the windshield, those are printed pieces. All the other markings that you see on it are stickers. Fortunately, in this case, the gray of the stickers matches the gray of the parts pretty well. Definitely, if you're back a little bit, it matches well enough that you'll never see a difference, really. And this is one that, for the most part, the stickers are made to fit exactly on the pieces that they go on. So I wish Lego would kind of adopt that themselves. The Lego stickers, of course, are always smaller than the pieces that they are supposed to go on. More importantly, though, these stickers on this kit match really closely to the markings on the real car. Right? So I think aesthetically, this turns out really fantastic. You'll also notice on it that there are practically no exposed studs, just a couple on each side right here, and you could kind of count the ones on the top right there. So no exposed studs really on the outside, just a couple. And then even on the bottom, you see we have a lot of these flat pieces on the bottom there. So really kind of clean look to it here, right? So I think aesthetically it turned out pretty fantastic. I think this was one of the better ones as far as looking like the real car, I think. As for the build on this, it took about an hour and a half or so to build this. And it's mostly straightforward, except for a couple unique things. I think you'll find that it is a little bit different from most of the Speed Champions or Speed Champions type cars that you may have built before. But for the most part, there's nothing really that will throw you. Everything is pretty straightforward, except for one step. And I'll put a couple pictures of that step up here so you can see it. But it involves inserting a tiny little circular piece about halfway into another piece and then attaching another piece onto that. You can kind of see what I mean in the pictures there. And that is by far the trickiest part of this build. And it's not something I've seen in any other build, I don't think. You've got to be careful not to push the circular piece all the way in, or else you won't be able to put the other piece on. Other than that, though, there's nothing really that's tricky. However, I do think you will enjoy this build if you are looking for a Speed Champions type build that is a little bit different. So if we get it off the turntable here, we will see one of the only drawbacks with this kit is that it barely rolls. It will barely roll at all, and that's because it is so close to the ground. And of course the real car is pretty close to the ground too. But if you look on here, you can see the wheels barely clear the bottom of the car. So it's not going to roll very well. You're not going to be too worried about that if you're just going to display it, right? As for other features, really the only thing we have is a little bit of cockpit detail. So we got to take this piece off and take the windshield off. And then if you see in there, we do have an approximation of a seat. And we do have a steering wheel, and it's a different shaped steering wheel than I've ever seen on any other Lego car. Pretty much all of them, even the unlicensed ones like this, come with the circular steering wheel piece. But this one has a kind of boomerang shaped steering wheel in there. And a couple clear pieces right here, which I guess sort of replicate the heads-up display, right, that you would have in that. But that's about as far as it goes features-wise. So let's do a couple size comparisons with it as well here. So here it is with the Speed Champions Lotus Evija. And let me put the camera up a little bit here. And then here is the Speed Champions Porsche 963. So you can see how it scales there. It's going to scale just great with your other Speed Champions and similar cars here. So you can see here, definitely longer than the Evija, but otherwise scales pretty well. Same width there. All right, so will fit in great with your Speed Champions and is pretty high quality. I think the pieces are very high quality here. No fit issues, no mold flashing issues, anything like that. Like I said, stickers are good in this case as well. So that is the Sembo famous car Peugeot 9X8, and I would definitely recommend this one. I think it does a very good job of looking like the car that it's supposed to be, and it has a fun build, a build that you will enjoy if you're looking for a unique Speed Champions type build. So I would absolutely recommend this one. This was given to me for Christmas, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and my dad got it for me, and I believe he said he got it on AliExpress, so you can look for one on there if you'd like to get your own. So let me know in the comments if you do have this kit. Let me know if you have the Lego Technic version of this car. Let me know what other ones you have that are cool, and let me know what else you got for Christmas, and we'll see you in the next review.